The things you cherish most in life are not things. They are moments.
I'm back with Susan Allen, and she's sharing her Hosparus Health story with us. So, Susan, you told me about your husband and about your experience with Hosparus Health. Tell me, how did it feel to be supported by them?
I tell you what, I hesitate only because the name that I called them is Earth Angels. I truly believe that everyone that we came in contact with has a special something in their DNA because they really resonate compassion, care, thoughtfulness, sincerity, just everything about them was so reassuring that Bob was getting the best possible care that he could be given, as well as support for all of the family. So I really feel like that all of the services that we received when he was going through his last journey of dealing with the lung cancer, that it couldn't have been any better, quite frankly.
Yes.
So yeah.
So tell me, what would you like people to know that maybe you didn't know coming into Hosparus Health? What's something that surprised you or that warmed your heart?
You know, I would say that even though I had been through hospice care with my mother and Bob had been through it with both of his parents, that it's all about the other services that they provide, including like grief counseling and things along, just the emotional support, the social worker that really helped Bob's daughter because she was taking what's called a family medical leave. And so she was very helpful there. But it really is about the counseling services during his journey and following his journey. The services that they've provided me and his daughter since Bob has passed I really think helped us to mourn, to respect and honor Bob in such a way that we know that he would be very proud of us for doing so.
And I know that you told me there's something that he would always tell people when he was there. I know you said he would get a call and he would say, I'm in Hosparus Health care. This is, who's helping me at this moment. And they would say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Tell me again, what would he say?
Well, and I'm so glad you brought that up because I really feel like that if I could have, recorded that conversation, I would have loved to have done so that everyone could hear him firsthand telling his friends. He would get a phone call and he would immediately tell them, I'm receiving Hosparus Health care, and so their response would be, oh, Bob, I'm so sorry to hear that, and oh no, just so sorry. And he would immediately stop and say, no, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. They're helping me, they're helping my wife, they're helping my daughter. He said, you know what? I just wish everybody would call sooner versus later because you really get the benefit of their services when you bring them on board sooner versus later. He said, I can't say it enough that I wish everyone would call sooner.
That's amazing.
So thank you.
Yes, that's amazing that he was still thinking of others and so positive during that time.
Absolutely, and that's his personality. But again, he really did. He brought Hosparus into his daily conversations as much as he could too. Actually, come to think of it, there was a time when one of his friends who lives in, I believe it's South Carolina, and he and his wife are in really bad shape, and he encouraged him to reach out to their hospice organization that's there with them, and he did so.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, I can't say enough about what they did to give us that quality of life.
That's amazing. So
Thank
for
you.
your friends and your neighbors, people that are listening, what would you want to tell them about Hosparus Health?
I really would want to tell them that the overall care that we received every day, every week, month after month of the care, that it just is such an uplifting experience in helping you to have as many conversations, to have as many moments together with them.
Yeah.
And it just was so helpful. And it really takes a village of people sometimes to help you accomplish things, and that's what we had. We had a village of people to help us through this difficult time in our lives that no one really wishes upon themselves, but yet it's all a part of life.
Yes.
So yes, I definitely wish that everybody knew out there to call Hosparus sooner, and because there's so many benefits and so many services that they provide.
Yes, and this is the season of giving. It's the holiday season. Tell me, why should people in the community consider donating or volunteering with Hosparus Health?
Well, I mentioned it takes a village, right? So it takes a village, meaning also the volunteers with Hosparus. That's why it's important to support Hosparus. If you're able to volunteer, if you're able to make a donation, if you're able to serve on one of the committees or their board or different areas in which Hosparus brings the community into their organization. There's just a number of different ways that you can support Hosparus Health. And again, I really, truly hope that we don't ever take it for granted, and that it's here for many, many years, if not generations to come, because it is a vital need and service that they provide to people who are going through basically that final journey, that final chapter in their life, and their families. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing your story and your husband's story with us. We really appreciate it, and
Thank you.
I think it'll touch a lot of people's hearts.
I hope it will, because Bob was so clear with everybody he talked to about the quality of services that he received, that if anything, I feel like I hear him inside of me telling people, call sooner versus later.
Up next on Great Day Live, we're going to speak with Amy Hill, Executive Director of Counseling Services. We're going to learn more about healing after loss and the special camp that they have for those in grief. We're coming right back.